I love wearing this shirt because it always takes the dummies for a runaround, because they take a look at the front and they're just like, yes! USA. USA. And then they pound a Bud Light into their wife's eyeball. But then I do a little spin and... oh. He's a lib. He must be owned. And what better way to own the libs than by buying and pretending to enjoy products that aren't even good? Just sit there, eat your Goya beans, and listen to Trapped's new record. I haven't listened to Trapped in a hot minute. I've got it pulled up here. This is far enough away from new album Shadow Work. I'm going to be listening to it on my headphones because I don't want to get content ID'd, but I would assume at this point that not even Trapped could identify Trapped. This video was uploaded only 2 weeks ago, so we're well past, post-controversy Trapped, and this is something where they could be like, you know what, guys, we're not what you think about us. This is our good work. This is something that they have felt is worthy of posting, and I'm pretty excited. I mean, I haven't listened to Trapped since Headstrong, and this is going to be enriching for sure. I gotta use the second headphone. I can barely hear this. This isn't mixed very well. Okay, I don't think I could listen to 4 minutes and 17 seconds of that. He sounds like if Jason Mraz were being, poked in the foot with a needle. I mean, I guess it's not expressly shitty or virulently racist, so points there, but, yeah, it's not good. It wasn't good at all. But as a lib, I feel thoroughly owned by the writing and lyricism of this man, whatever his name is, Mr. Trapped. Now, as we all know, the modern-day lib only exists to feminize industry with low T-beta vibes and Karl Marx, and they're attacking the final bastion of masculinity, the shower. So let's talk about soap. How to mop it like you, past selection, eh? Yeah, that's right, soap. An elusive product if you've ever found yourself traipsing the halls of an anime convention. I know we haven't had too many of those in the half-decade that has comprised 2020, but if you're not in the know, an anime convention is when a group of nerds get together to express their mutual love of anime by convincing themselves that paying $75 for a video game that's available on Amazon for $60 is a real steal, considering the guy that sold it to you also sells Dakimakuras. I don't know if it's Dakimakuras or Dakimakuras, but you know what? Nobody's allowed to get mad at me. If everybody is okay with H-Bomber Guy calling Lunatics Unleashed lunatics, then nobody's allowed to talk to me. In any case, I've never really been much of a big spender when it comes to soap. I'm usually on the hunt for a good deal as opposed to being on the hunt for essential oils and minerals. Also, scent has never really mattered to me. As long as the smell that's coming off of me isn't body odor, then I'm fine. As such, I would often buy this. It's Suave for Men 3-in-1. You get 2 bottles of it for like $5 at Walmart. And I would buy it a lot because it's incredibly cheap, and I've been in varying stages of self-induced broke over the years, courtesy of my poor purchasing decisions. But what could I say? $75 was a steal for .hack infection, and the guy that sold it to me was also selling Dakimakuras. You see, I've done it both ways, so that way everybody can be mad at me. I'm stealing from H-Bomber Guy again. This bottle, through the power of alchemy, contains shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. That's amazing. It's also been said to be used in rituals to revive the dead. And I once told a hairdresser acquaintance of mine that I used this stuff, and I don't think I've ever felt such open hostility since that one time I told my racist uncle that Black Lives Matter. A few weeks into the quarantine, I decided to make some changes in my life. First was co-opting the Malfoy hairdo from Joro, because she's a TERF and she can fuck all the way off. But the other thing was, because I'd saved a little bit of money, I wanted to treat myself to something. And what better thing to treat yourself to when cleanliness is on everybody's mind than with soap. And I had some promo codes and a ton of advertisements shoved down my throat, courtesy of Dr. Squatch. In the prevailing months, I have tried 3 bars of Dr. Squatch soap, and my favorite thing about the product was getting this little block of wood for my shower, which has since become useless because I'm back on liquid soap, and it's actually breaking apart, and I nearly legitimately almost got a splinter, so I'm gonna put that down. Now, Dr. Squatch takes inspiration from Tekashi 69 in that the bars are nothing special. They smell fine, I guess, but it doesn't last particularly long, either the scent or the soap itself. It breaks apart really easily, and putting the broken pieces back together in a usable mush of soap is unnecessarily difficult. But I'm not really here to talk about the quality of the product itself, more so to discuss its baffling advertising campaign, like that thing I used to do all the time. Now, if you're on YouTube in any capacity and you selected male as your gender, then you've probably seen an advertisement for Dr. Squatch.
You're not a dish.
This long-haired man tells you that soap is garbage the way that we've all been using it because it's classified as synthetic detergent and chemicals are bad for you. And what you need is some good old-fashioned handmade soap produced right here in the US of A. And I've got no problem with American-made products, and honestly, had the marketing campaign focused on being handmade or having less common, perhaps more subdued scents, I could have gotten behind that, but instead, the marketing campaign decides to focus on something else.
You're a man. Your poor balls.
My man.
Soap for men. Man meat. Your poor balls. 'Cause you're a man.
Yeah, that's right. Females. You can have your chemical-laden synthetic detergent garbage that smells of flowers and nice things. I am a big, strong, manly man, and my big, strong, manly man cock must be rubbing up against a solid bar of American-made hard lard and coconut oil that smells of rum and salt. To be honest, I find the no girls allowed marketing strategy to be completely ridiculous in this day and age. Like, you have a dude that's belittling other dudes for doing anything or using anything that's even remotely feminine. Like, yeah, you don't want to smell like a dumpster, but is that lilac? That is just so silly. It's like, hey folks, Davy Danger Dong here for man soap. Are you tired of using your girlfriend's soap? Do you smell like an icky girl? Does it hurt to be as gay as you are with your girlfriend? We'll change all that now with man soap. Product may contain soy. Now, I've never really been one to do research for my videos, mostly because I'm a fucking galaxy brain smart boy and I don't have to, but in the years following that immense ignorance surrounding sleep apnea and then continued ignorance around other subjects in subsequent years, I decided to better myself in recent times, and as such, I've done some research for this video.
Unholy ingredients that are harmful to your well-being, body, and sperm count.
So when I heard the claim that common soaps reduce male sperm count, I thought that that was completely outrageous and a lie, and I was all set to make a joke about it here, something to the effect of, well, of course it will reduce your sperm count if you drink it and fucking die. And hardy har har, we'd all have a laugh. But it was such a strange claim to me that I just had to look it up, so I descended into a semen-encrusted rabbit hole of articles, and I found one on Reuters that analyzes the effects of household cosmetics on male sperm. So samples were taken, and it was discovered that a chemical called parabens, found in soaps, makeup, and other cosmetic creams, did have an association with abnormal sperm in the testes samples. Testes. Anyway, here's the thing. The article doesn't mention anything about sperm count, it just says that the sperm were abnormally shaped, and a higher concentration of them had weakened motility, which meant they wouldn't move as quickly toward the female egg. Interesting, thought I, but not exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something specifically mentioning sperm count, which this previous article didn't. Maybe I'll find something if I look more directly into parabens, because I didn't know what they were. And it turns out they're actually quite common. The body produces them, they can be found naturally in foods like carrots and blueberries, and of course, they are used as a preservative in a lot of household cosmetics. But surely there must have been something in the vigorous research done by Dr. Squatch that would lead them to make a claim about sperm count specifically. So I dove even deeper into a more worrisome cum metaphor, where I found an article in Men's Health that led to an abstract on the study, and get ready for this, are you sitting? Not only was sperm count, once again, never mentioned, just the mention of strange shape and motility, but the test was only done on a sample of 315 men. Now that's not nearly enough people to be sampled for you to make a blanket statement saying you should never buy Old Spice body wash again, because then you'll never have any sperm. More so when you realize that there's another kicker on top of the kicker that already existed, in that not only were just 315 men sampled, but the participants of this study were found at an infertility clinic, meaning that these were men that were already having problems and outside factors weren't considered. It becomes even more dubious when you realize that the abstract of the study itself also says that we're at a point where there's just not enough science on this subject to where any definitive conclusions can be drawn. But I suppose I shouldn't expect that level of restraint from a fucking soap company. I guess I'm just surprised because clearly Dr. Squatch knows what parabens are. They even go so far as to say that their soap doesn't contain any on their website, which, I mean, I guess, credit. But in spite of all of this, I decided to give the product a try because I figured, oh, you know what, maybe the product is better than its marketing campaign because that happens all the time. And it turns out that the product is merely average and I'm not going to be buying any more bars of soap from Dr. Squatch because they're abnormally shaped and have weakened motility. I did find out, though, they do sell a little bag that you can put the soap in, so that way when it breaks into a million pieces from rubbing up against my washboard abdominals and rippling pecs, it'll be collected in a convenient little bag. And if that just isn't a spirit of capitalism, baby. Come on. Now, I was all set to remove myself from Dr. Squatch's mailing list when I got a lovely message from them for the 4th of July, which, as we all know, is a wonderfully patriotic holiday. Come on. Purchase our America soap. It's red, white, and blue, and it smells like freedom. You know, with everything that's been going on in the country lately, people are protesting on the daily, statues of the shitty are being toppled, and we're on the verge of yet another tumultuous election cycle, which I thought wasn't going to be able to get any worse, but oh, you trifling friend indeed. With all that happening, I'm not exactly sure what freedom would smell like at this point. It kind of reminds me of the time when Denny's said that 3 pancakes smothered in frosting, strawberries, and blueberries, which have parabens in them, by the way, that would taste like freedom or taste like America. So I suppose maybe that soap would smell how that tastes. Like a stale kitchen. But then again, maybe not, because there's fruit in the Denny's thing, and I know the target audience of this soap wouldn't like that at all, because fruit, that's for girls and for queers, and... and they're trying to take over the world by making it smell good. That's the agenda. They've caught on, the Manleys have figured it out. Fuck! So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, sub to the channel, it goes a long way. And if you want to help it grow more directly, you can do so on Patreon, and you can help me purchase more soap products, because that's what's important. My Twitter and Insta are going to be in the description. My books are going to be linked as well. I write stuff, guys. And to sign off, in the words of 2 famous lesbians, and you can't convince me that they're not, stay fresh. You get it? It's like fresh. It's like soap. Thanks for playing along.